Hi, this is Sarah, the Stitchin Mommy, and it's Monday, November 11th, 2024. Happy Veterans Day here in the States. Thank you to everyone who has served in our military to provide the freedoms that we have. My kids are home. One of them is actually off at a practice, but hopefully we won't have too many interruptions or disturbances. But my husband still had to work today, so it's kind of a business as usual day, nothing extra special happening, so I can still film, which is nice. I haven't, let's see, did I buy anything? I did. I bought something this week. When I saw Arlene Cohen's Works by ABC, her pattern 324 that came out at least a year ago now, I'm like, oh, that's really pretty because I have all the DMC. So something that takes 324 DMC colors doesn't bother me at all. And she had a nice cross stitch pattern. I'll maybe put a picture here that incorporates 324 of the DMC colors. Some of them are just blocks, some of them are little patterns. So like, oh, that's really cute. I was somewhat tempted, but not tempted enough to buy it. And then time goes on and I see she's starting to stitch a counted canvas version of it. Not really counted canvas. It's kind of like just, she even says in the pattern, it's like kind of a blend between counted canvas, specialty stitches, black work, what have you, call it what you want. She finally released that recently, maybe a month ago. And then here in November, she had a birthday sale in her Etsy shop. So I was like, well, as long as you're having a birthday sale, I will buy it. So I bought 324, the sequel, which is the specialty stitch version. And she has 81 different specialty stitches repeated 4 times, 324 DMCs. She stitched hers on a 25 count even weave, over one thread. So, and hers ended up being like 11 inches square, I think. So if you did it on 14 over one thread, it would just be a lot bigger. I have some Congress cloth, 24 count Congress cloth that I might use for this whenever I start it, because it's a nice stiff canvas that lets you do weird things with your stitches without warping it as much. So I'll probably do that. I don't know when I'll start it because I don't really have any plans to start this, but it's pretty. And now I have it. So I forgot to bring them up. But I do have a couple things I'll be starting this year that weren't planned on because they're with friends. So all the time, I will often make exceptions to start things with friends because that's the most fun, right? So at this point, I probably have well over 100 projects started and I'm kind of just letting it go. I do want to keep whipping down, chipping away at the things that are finishable. But I think eventually once I know how many projects I have that are lifetime projects and how many are finishable projects, I think that'll help my brain kind of come to terms with what I can accomplish. But anyways, this month, Kim Hollenbeck over at, is that all her channel is? Spartan Stitcher on Instagram. But I think she might just be Kim Hollenbeck here on Flosstube. She is starting a Spangler Book Club SAL, and I think she's starting hers at the end of the month, November, sorry, the end of November. I will be starting mine the last Wednesday of November, just because of the way my rotation works. But she wanted to come up with something to use these long skinny strips of fabric that you cut off from a project and you don't really know what to do with. I think I probably have some of those from especially cutting fabric for my Etsy kits. I've been saving them because, you know, you never know, ornaments, whatnot. So I will do one of these cat books, spines. And because I had this pattern already, I'm like, might as well. I didn't necessarily want to do the whole thing anyways, so I decided to do this one. It's called The Tale of Two Kitties. With the two kitties. In the mock-up, this is a regular size chart. A lot of the titles are not that legible. This one's okay. You can still read it and figure out what it is. And the little kitties I thought were super cute. So this is the one I'll be doing on the 27th. So it's like 50 stitches wide, 250 roughly long for just this book. So that's the one I will be doing. And then I will put a picture up because I didn't bring it. In December, Leah Noel over at Rhubarb Patch Studios, she showed 12 Christmas starts that she was going to start in December. And I thought one of them was one that I have, that I've had kitted up for ages, never had an excuse to start. That's the classic thing that is, well, if a friend is starting it, might as well get it started because otherwise it's not going to finish itself. So this is the one, Christmas Visit by, I think, Butternut Road. And I have it kitted up with a gray linen, I believe. It's like a fine, it's like maybe a 46 count or something, because there's no beads in this one. So that'll be fun. So I'll probably start that on, what day did we talk about? The 4th, the first Wednesday of December. So those are kind of some bonus starts that I was not originally planning to do, but it'll be fun and I'm okay with it. So let's get going. See, what do we work on this week? So I worked on my temperature turtles, and this is my temperature piece. You can find it in my Etsy shop. And I got caught up, but not a lot of extra stitching on this one. This is 28 count Caribbean Blue Jobelin by Witchelt, 1/1 full cross. I got the seven new patches there in October, all kind of muted greens and blues. And then I finished my string in the appendages. I didn't do a whole lot more on this one, but I did do a lot extra on my main piece, so that's kind of fun. So that's exciting. A lot more mellow of colors so far here in October, which has been really nice to live through. My main travel piece is still Cats and Hearts by Kitty and Me. And this is the October one. I didn't get as much just random time as I sometimes do, so still chipping away at this one. I'm not sure when it will get done. I don't think I'll finish it this week. The 15th is this week, so my personal rule, if I finish these by the 15th, I can start the next one. Otherwise, I need to skip it. So here is November, but I kind of don't think I'll be able to get to it until next year. And then I'll do May and November as my first travel pieces before jumping into other things. So here is this one. 25 count white even weave, 1/1 full cross. I've been working on the oranges, and I'm working on the darkest orange, so almost done with that one. Then I can do the greens, which will really make everything kind of come to life, I think. And finish the cat, of course. I don't think I did any more on the cat this time. Super fun. I do like these a lot. Glad I chose to do them. That was a main piece, so I'll wait on that one. So I also did something new this week that I had heard about, and it's gonna be, it's like a daily 30 piece that's determined by the temperature. So daily 30 in this case is just stitching 30 minutes a day, and I'm literally setting a timer. When the timer goes off, I'll either, if I have a short little bit of thread, I'll finish my thread. If I have a long thread, I'll maybe finish the section I'm in and then just put the needle down. It's been really fun, actually. So I know it's not possible every day of the year because things just aren't conducive to that, but so far it's been fun. I did have kind of a revelation on Friday. I had picked, for the 10 pieces that I could choose from for the various numbers, I'm choosing according to the temperature. I'm gonna pick a piece based on the last digit of the temperature. So if it's 67 degrees, I'll pick something that's assigned to the number 7. And so I had 10 pieces picked out. My 4 family pieces were in there, and then I picked a few other pieces that were things that I would like to finish sooner than later. But I realized on Friday, I have this set of like 5 or 6 pieces that I would really like to finish here in this calendar year. And most of those were not on this list. So I was thinking, you know what? I should probably sub some of those in, at least for now, and give those a little bit of extra time, because any extra time will be helpful to try to get these done. So I subbed out, instead of Butterfly Rose Cross for the number 3, I will be working on Shine Bright Sampler whenever the temperature ends in a 3. For the number 5, instead of Crazy Wonderful Owl Family, I'll work on Honeybee, my Mill Hill kit. And then instead of number 7, the Patchwork Quilt Room, I'll work on Castle Homecoming. And at 8, instead of my Quaker Flag, that is a leap year piece I'd like to finish by 2028, I'll do the Colors of the Seasons, Colors of the Seasons 2. It has the little girls in all the seasons. So those are the 4 I subbed out. Cupcake Dreams is on my try to finish list. It's already in here, so that one was fine. And I didn't feel like Heirloom Nativity Sampler Hearthanger that I'd never done before would be a really great daily 30 option. I need to kind of sit down, spend some time, figure out what I'm doing, so that's not going to be a daily 30 piece. I still have on here all my family pieces, and then Ranunculus stayed on here as well, because that's one that is, it's not a family stitch, but it is a gift stitch. So I want to finish it sooner rather than later. So I left that one on there. So I'll show those ones, the progress I made on those ones. The number 7 was the number of the week, apparently. If we were on Sesame Street, that would be the number of the week. Because 7, that we had temperatures ending in a 7 4 of the 7 times. So this week, 67 was twice and 77 was twice. The first 3 days, it was Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I don't think I ever wrote that down. I'm pretty sure I just worked on Castle Homecoming that day, but anyways. They were all, Patchwork Quilt Room was still the one I was choosing for that. Because this is before I kind of realized, maybe I should probably put these other pieces in here that I really want to finish. So here is Quick Stitch Patchwork Quilt Room. This is one that I would like to have on my craft room at some point, so it is one I would like to finish. By artwork by Chiro Marchetti, I'm cropping mine to here. So I'm kind of here in this, like the green and the start of this like window frame is kind of where I've been working. So I worked on this 3 times before I switched it out, and I got the 3rd day that had ended in a 7 with Castle Homecoming. So this was where I got on the first 3 days that I did this for 30 minutes. And actually, since a lot of these are half stitch projects, I can get a good amount done in 30 minutes. So this is 40 count Verdal, 1/1, half cross. The first day was 106 stitches. The second day was also 106 stitches. And the 3rd day was 95 stitches for a total of 307, which is really cool. It's now at 56.66% of the entire piece because I've cropped out a whole bunch. So I, filled in a lot of these greens. I'm choosing symbols along the 10 by 10 square at the top. And some of the green came over here even. Some of it maybe filled in a little bit down here, but that's fun. So this one will not be in my temperature daily 30 until I finish some of these other pieces that I'd like to finish this year. If I finish Castle Homecoming early, I'm thinking I might have some of my other Focus for Finished pieces take up 2 numbers because try to get as many of these done as I will. So that one probably won't go back into the daily 30 rotation until 2025 in January if I continue to do this. So at this point, it's kind of fun. I might keep doing it. So Tuesday, the number I worked from was 74 degrees. And I am choosing my number is based on the previous day's high. So this was, I worked on this on Tuesday, but it was Monday's high temperature. Tilton Crafts Lollipop artwork by Denise Garbus. This is a family piece for my daughter. This got one 30-minute chunk. 214 half stitches, which was cool. It got like twice as much on this one because it was a bunch of block stitching, so not as much counting needed. So this is also 1/1 half stitch on white 40 count Verdal. and I worked over here in this blue. And I think it was just the one color. I finished what was on my string. I think I finished what was on my string and maybe pulled out another one too. So that was fun. Then Beachcomber, my mom's piece, came out on Friday because the temperature I was working from was 70. And hers happens whenever it ends in a 0. So this is by Lindy Stitches, and I will be adding a few personalizations for my parents' wedding information. And this is actually the one I will work on today too, because this temperature I worked on last week was 70. This one yesterday was 80. So I'll be working on this again because of yesterday's temperature that was ended in a 0. This is 40 count raw linen, 1/1, just kidding, 1/2, full cross. And I am doing a fancy floss conversion. So this, I worked all the way down here, finished my string, and that took up the whole 30 minutes. This is Winter Sea, I think. It's super pretty. It's a range of dark blues. This is also a pretty variegated, I think it's like seaweed. Some really fun colors that really match the theme. So I don't know if I'll be doing these bits. There's a little like flowers or something, or if I'll do more over here first so that when I do these, if I still have stuff on my thread, I can link it to that. I don't know. I was at first just kind of picking the motifs from right to left, you know, so I might just finish this out and count to those if I have more thread on my needle, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll give this 30 minutes today, assuming I have time. Hopefully I will. And then the other one that got some time was Ranunculus. On Sunday, the temperature I was working from was 79. So that this is the one I pull out when something ends in a 9. This is a Cooler Design Studio chart. I got a PDF, so it works in Pattern Keeper, which is fabulous. This is a gift stitch. So I really wanted to get this done, and so having it on here, I think it's gonna just chip away real nice. So I worked on this for a half hour. This is on 24 count Congress cloth, I think in like a soft mocha. 2/1 half stitches. I did 222 half stitches. So it's now at 5.36%. I think I did some like orangey red and some greens. The greens kind of went everywhere trying to finish off my string. So that's fun. I am again picking symbols in the top boxes. This particular chart has like 2 squares around the outside of the chart that are not charted of anything. So it's actually an 8x10 square rather than a 10x10 square across the top, which just means I get to finish it quicker. So that's fun. Alrighty, so that was all my temperature stitching. I did do Castle Homecoming one of the days for a half hour, but that was also a regular piece this week, so I'll just share that all at once when I get there. The first regular stitch I did this week is the Robin Christmas Patchwork Stitch Along from the Historical Sampler Company, and I will be working on this again today and tomorrow. They just released part 3, so I'll put the picture here that came through this morning. And so I worked on this on Monday and Tuesday, and I'm thinking I might make this a travel stitch once the year's over, because it probably won't be done yet. But I have another one that I actually agreed to do from them because it is just released. It's pre-orders open today. It starts on January 1st. And it's so cute. I like it even better than this one. It's called the Winter Owl Stitch Along, something like that. I'll put the teaser picture up here. It's so pretty. So I said, yes, I would love to do that one too. So these might make a nice, I don't know, that's a little wide for a travel stitch. But that might be the best choice for trying to finish these up. So here is where I got to. Maybe I'll do a before and after of just the tops so you can see it. This is the 32 count linen that they dyed for the kit, all the called for DMCs that they provided, and I love how it pops off the green. The white just like sings. So I finished the snowman block earlier, I think. So this time I finished this bell block and I got started on this is a house block. It'll be a house right here. These are the chimneys. And I did a little bit more fill in on the border. So today I'll work finishing out that house block and kind of bring everything down. The next part is down here. It's a 4-part thing. So the last quadrant will be released in 2 weeks, the week of Thanksgiving. And so I'll just keep working my way down. I'll finish this one and then I'll probably do these little bands. I think there's 3 of them. And you know, I'll just see what I have time for. So that's that one. This one also might be a good one to put on my temperature daily 30 instead of travel stitching. If it seems too unwieldy for a travel stitch because the fabric is kind of big, it might be a good daily 30 piece to try to knock that out throughout the year. And then what else did I work on? Then I worked on Castle Homecoming. So this one got 2 main evenings plus my chat with my sister plus a 30-minute chunk on Friday. No, Saturday, just kidding. So I am pretty happy with my progress and I'll be working on it again for my main stitching on Wednesday and Thursday today, this week as well, because I really want to get this done. I'm going to go ahead and do the side-by-sides for the whole thing because I don't really remember exactly where I worked, but it's 28 count ice blue Lugana 1/1 full cross with a called for a fancy floss conversion. So there's a little bit of magic that I filled in here, and I started the border, or finished this border part, which will be the same color as the lake, which I'll do next. I think that's still on my needle. I realized I needed to fill in his ear, the pink in his ear. I hadn't done that yet. I did a little bit of back stitching on the tower. I filled in the little knight's outfit and kind of outlined his marshmallows on the stick. I stitched Nessie. Did some gray in the bridge because I was doing those grays in him anyways. Did I already have the little faces? I don't know if I had those. I think I did the little faces since I've seen you last. And there's like a few more details in the lunchbox and camera and stuff. So there's a fishing pole. You know, there's a lot of back stitching details in his little scene, but I'll do that once the grass in the lake is done because it kind of touches all of the background there. So there's a little bit more bridge to do. The lightest color of gray still needs to go in the bridge, plus all the back stitching and all the bricks, plus the lake and the water. And there's like another burgundy color in his crown jewels and his pants. There's a couple little tiny details and then 3 really big colors. So I do want to get this done pretty quickly, so I can move on and focus on some of my other finished pieces. So wish me luck. That one is going to continue to be another focus this week. So I'll have two evenings on that one, plus it's on my daily 30. So if I roll anything that ends in a 3, I think it is. Oh, 7. If I roll a 7, not roll. If the temperature ends in a 7, I'll give that a daily 30 no matter what I'm working on that day. And that'll be good. And then any call stitching as well. So, oh, I also did work on Shine Bright Sampler a little bit because I talked with my friend Desiree this week. This is in the Bonnie and Camille Quilt Bee book, and I'm doing the Shine Bright colorway you can find on the Fat Quarter Shop website. So I did a little bit on this, which was nice. This will be my next focus once Castle Homecoming is done, I think, because I really want this done. Yeah, this is 40 count Morganite linen by Fiber on a Whim, 1/2 full cross. And I did all this dark teal in here. And I think that's it. Just on my stitchy call. So that got some progress. And then I had a new start, which I think I told you I was gonna do, but it was fun. So this is kind of a sub-in from what I was gonna start in November, but I ended up starting Autumn Calico Cat by Vivsters, and it's charted to be on navy fabric. Oh, I was gonna bring up my pattern keeper and show you the mock-up, because it does still look pretty nice on the mock-up in pattern keeper. Is just a white background because none of this is stitched. So it doesn't look too bad. So if you wanted to do this on like a tan neutral sort of fabric, I think it would still look nice if you're not into the really dark fabrics, because I know that can be a struggle sometimes. So far it's been all right. It is a little tricky to count, but so far I've been doing okay. This is 25 count Lugana in navy. And I'm doing it 1/1 full cross. And get some white there, maybe. Yeah. So I decided, I wasn't sure where I wanted to start, but then I said, you know what, let's just go with what I always do and pick symbols across the 10 by 10 row. And so this one just missed the 10 by 10 top chunk, but so then I hit this ear next, working from left to right, filled in all of the colors in the top of the ear, which then went all over the kitty cat a little bit. His eyes are down here. Then I moved over and did one length of thread in this vine and then one color of the start of the flowers. So it's kind of weird because it's like these are really dark colors, but they still show up on the navy. So pretty cool. So that's a fun one. That got 2 days. I did 305 stitches the first day, 319 stitches the second day, which are good numbers for a full cross project for me. Total 624 stitches. So yay, that was nice. And then Autumn Montage, I pulled this out on Sunday, which was nice. Let me give you the cover picture. Here it is, right at the beginning. Autumn Montage by Pain Free Crafts, artwork by Janet Stever. I'm up here in the leaves and acorn at the top. And I had a decent amount I was able to get done. I did 515 full crosses, which is great. So this is a mushroom Lugana 1/1 full cross and 28 count. I don't know if I said that. Yeah, so it's now at 2.93%. Some of the colors were light, but some of them were colorful. Like I did a really dark black, 3371, I think. A lot of greens. So I'm filling in these leaves quite a bit. So you can probably actually see what I did. Most of it. Some of it was in here too, which is kind of hard to see, but yay! So that's fun. I actually really enjoyed seeing that come together. It makes it a little more fun when you can see more of the picture show up. All right, so this one will come back out next Sunday. My plans are pretty basic. So the Robin Christmas Stitch Along will be today and tomorrow. Castle Homecoming, Wednesday and Thursday. And Autumn Montage on Sunday. So my Friday, Saturday slot, which is traditionally my Whip Go slot, will be Young Gardener. That's my first full coverage Whip Go piece for November. This is an Art of Stitching chart. I think other people might have charted this, but this is from Art of Stitching. And it's got a lot of confetti. As you could probably see, a lot of confetti. Like in here, it makes more sense, but the background is full of confetti. You'll pick one color and it's like dotting all over. So it's kind of slow to work on, but it's such a cute piece. So we'll see how far I can get on this on Friday and Saturday. So this is on 40 count Verdal 1/1 half stitches. So it's real tiny. Here's my hand. But I think I have like the top little bit completely finished there. I think I might have been doing, oh, like there's a couple missing still. I think I was maybe doing across the very top row, and so there's still a couple here that aren't quite done. So I wasn't doing the whole 10 by 10 grid yet. So I'll probably pick these symbols first along the top row just to finish what I was doing before coming back here, and picking symbols within the whole 10 by 10 grid before moving down. So that's that one. We'll see how far I can get on that. And I think that's everything. Kind of cool. It's a lot more variety doing this daily 30 thing, because then I have the things I'm focusing on plus little bits on every other things. So that's always fun. Assuming I can keep it up, I might keep doing this ongoing. So that'll be fun. With that, I think that's everything I can yammer on about for now. So I will love you and leave you, and have a wonderful week. Happy stitching. Bye.